Good morning. Huh? Good morning. We're gonna make sure my neighbors are awake too. What up? What up? What up? Jason, chillin' Cavillin, Johnny Blaze, Raphael. What's happening? From Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Nice. What's up, guys? Man, the only time I ever spent in Wisconsin and Minnesota is when I was driving semis, and I was only there in the winter. Fuck, man. I don't know how you guys do it. That is not the sound I hear from my neighbors now. My new condo, this place, much better neighbors-wise. Most of my neighbors here are Thai. My neighbors across the way is this older Chinese couple. They're all really nice. The older Chinese couple has like brought me dinner a couple of times. Amazing food too. I love Chinese food. But in my old condo, there was a lot more foreigners there. And dude, there'd be sometimes I'd walk down the hallway and it'd be like 5 different condos. People getting clapped. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of bothers me if I'm with like a girl who's like just really loud for like no reason. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make me feel better. You know what I mean? It's just like, can you fucking relax? Because it gets to a point where it's just like, all right, you're faking it. You're just being loud. I'm not into that. To each their own. We're gonna try something real quick. Does this mic sound better? Or was it better initially? I'm trying to get rid of the echo. This mic does sound better. Okay. We'll just do that then. Alright, cool. Bet. Different, not better or worse, but less echo. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use the external mic. Just like the mic on the camera is actually fairly good. It's just hard to get, it's not like a crazy echo, it just sounds like hollow. I hate that. Oh, God. We'll take different is okay. I'm gonna turn it down a smidge. There we go. That should be good. No fork mic. I just don't want to hold it the whole goddamn time. Even the other day when I was filming that video, it's like every once in a while, usually when I film a video, like I get through my talking points very easily now. When I first started, no. But usually I get through them pretty quick. I might stumble a couple times and have to redo certain clips, but the video the other day talking about everybody getting arrested, dude, that took me probably 2.5, 3 hours to film, because I was using, I captured it through the same program we're using now, right? But the first couple times I did it, the latency wasn't set correctly, so the video was super fucking choppy. And then I finally got it to where I thought I had it fixed, thought I filmed the whole video again, and then got to the end and realized I never pressed fucking record. And then by like the 4th time we're going through it, I was just like, every single talking point, I just kept stumbling. And it's like, if I fuck something up once or twice, no big deal, I can get through it. But as soon as I fuck it up 3 times, because then you're like thinking about it, it was just, dude, it was so hard. Like I had just essentially like completely forgotten how to talk. It's got a little magnet. It took me so long to figure out what this little magnet was for. And then I was just like, hold on a second. Duh. So you don't have to actually like clip it. It's got a clip too, but I've been trying to use it with my phone, and everything I've read is like, yeah, just connect it via Bluetooth to your phone and it works. But I've tried it and it records in like this super weird, like almost like demonic frequency. It sounds so fucking crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have to change settings on the phone or what. Greetings from Edmonton, Canada. Planning to spend 6 months in Thailand starting this fall. Nice. Welcome to the chat, Hector. Edmonton, Wisconsin, Minnesota. A bunch of cold weather monsters, huh? I like the fork mic. Yeah, it's great. But by that point, and it's like, for some reason, by the end of it, I just had a fucking death grip on it. So it was like, by the time I was done, I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm going through that sequence where all your calluses from riding the bike peel off. I hate it because I just feel like I got gritty hands. Gritty hands, gritty hands. Vietnam incoming, says Vinny Hankin with the $20 super chat. Yes, on the way. I was actually just talking to my buddy yesterday who was we were talking about like the state of Thailand right now. And he was like, man, you got to at least go check Vietnam out. He really likes Da Nang. Gonna be too hot for us northern USA people. I'm from Arizona, and when I first got to Thailand, even here, I was miserable. I was used to, usually when I go to a new place, like the first day that I'm there, I'll just go out and just walk. Like no plan, just go out, cruise around, see what the deal is. I did that like the second day I was in Pattaya, and my first condo wasn't very far from Walking Street, maybe like 2 miles. And I walked down to Walking Street, and by the time I was walking back, dude, I was dying. So when when I got here, I had like all cotton t-shirts, you know what I mean? Like I'm used to Arizona. I'm not used to really dealing with humidity. So I didn't know what the deal was. And yeah, by the time, like to the point where your like chest hurts, it almost feels like hard to breathe. Yeah, it was rough. I feel like I'm more used to it now. Waiting till December, even like December, you know, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like the weather's nicer in December, and like it is, don't get me wrong. It's a bit cooler, but it's not like a massive change. Depending on, like, it can kind of swing more depending on where you are. Like up in Chiang Mai, I know it cools off quite a bit more. But like Pattaya, Bangkok, Phuket, anywhere down here, it might drop like 1 or 2 degrees on average, but there's a breeze most of the time, which helps. That's what's kind of rough about this time of year, is it's so hot. It's the hottest time of the year, and there's like no wind. So it's just like punishing. Just want to see what Thailand is not like before Indians destroy it. Man, it seems like every time I get on any social media now, it's like the amount of Thai people that are just fucking fed up, especially here in Pattaya. I think Pattaya is like one of the most, like the hot spots for that. And I get it, dude. My only real gripe, the only thing that I've dealt with personally that drives me fucking nuts about a lot of those tourists, they like refuse to walk on sidewalks. I don't know what it is. Like if you try to go down Second Road right there by like Walking Street, they'll just be like 6 abreast, just walking in the street all the time. And it's not just one group. You finally get around them, and then there's another one, and then there's another one. I'm like, granted, the sidewalks here aren't like particularly good, and there's like poles in the middle of them and stuff, so it's like it's a bit harder, but they'll just walk. And like Second Road right there is a busy ass street. It's not like, you know, there's really no traffic usually. It's busy as hell. That drives me nuts. And when you pass them, yeah, like I'll pass them super close, and then they'll like, like, what? You're in the road, bro. What do you expect? I just feel that only Phuket is good until now. Pattaya is not like before. Everyone, I don't know, man. I hear just as much stuff about people being frustrated with Phuket as well. All my friends that live here, minus pretty much all my friends that live here don't like Phuket at all. Like, I know Keys went down there not too long ago to like do a podcast or something. And he was like, he was saying he was so happy to get out of there. I think like I could enjoy it for a trip, you know, but I don't think I could live there. I've like looked at condos and stuff just for shits and giggles, and what they charge for condos there is insane. Heard all the dudes hold hands. From what I understand, that's actually like I think that's like a Sri Lankan thing. I don't know if that's particularly Indians. I'd be lying if I said I could look and tell them apart, as shitty as that may sound. But yeah, I think I've heard that that's like a Sri Lankan thing. I understand Phuket is more expensive now, but it's still clean and pure more than... I don't know about that, bro. I really don't know about that. I think like Phuket has nicer beaches, that's for sure. But in all regards besides that, I think it's pretty much the same. Luke, on a week in Pattaya, week in Bangkok this year for my first year. Bangkok is always good. I think that's like if you're coming to Thailand, you have to spend some time in Bangkok. I got bit by a fucking mosquito last night right on my hand. It's itchy as a motherfucker. Pattaya is good if you want to come party, for sure. There's some other fun stuff to do here, but I usually, if people are only going to be here for a couple weeks, I recommend going to some other places if you don't want to party. I got so many comments on that video of people trying to, like, people that think the reason that seems like there's more of these foreigners acting like dickheads, there was a ton of them that were like, it's the weed, it's because weed's legal. And I had to respond to a few of them and be like, yo, I've smoked weed my whole life. Most of my friends in America smoke weed consistently. I have never seen somebody get stoned and then go out in public and pick a fight. Not one time. Ever. Weed, like, does not make you confrontational for anybody, you know? I was like, now compare that to somebody who drinks consistently. Even me, like, I'm not really a confrontational guy, but it used to be like if I drank, there'd be nights where I'm like, what the fuck you looking at? Like, for sure. Never did that when I was stoned. Weed does, yeah, right? Weed doesn't make people aggressive. Now, could that be like a bonus for somebody who's like already a dickhead? They'll be like, oh yeah, and we can smoke weed. Sure, but I don't think there's anybody who's like, let's go to Thailand and be an asshole because weed's legal, you know? Like, the biggest thing that I, like, if it is true that this stuff is happening more, granted, who knows? Like, once you've been here for an extended period of time, you're more involved with like local news and stuff like that. And a couple people made a very good point that I do almost exclusively look at news outlets that are catered towards foreigners. So of course they're going to report on foreigners more. You know what I mean? There's a lot of variables that could explain why it seems like there's a lot more of it. So yeah, it's hard to say. The only thing I would say is if there is this crazy increase, what has changed in these past couple years compared to like the last 50? Because it seems like for the last like 50 years, like tons of people were coming here. It was cool. Drinks and stuff were cheap. Party culture was just as big, if not bigger, than it is now. You know what I mean? So what changed? Weed and hash did not make you problems and fights. Right. Like if I'm high and I go out and I see like my friends getting in a fight, I'm gonna like try to break it up. I'm like, yo, man, it's cool. It's cool. One love, baby. You know what I mean? Like from my experience, I don't think that's the case. I don't, if it is true that these things are happening more often, I think it's a lot more complex than just saying, oh, it's because weed's cheap, or oh, it's because weed's legal, or oh, it's because there's more of these foreigners coming. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot more complex than that. And in all fairness, if that is the case, it's not just Thailand. You know what I mean? Like, look at America. Like, America's fucking crazy right now too. One thing that I do think needs to happen is like, it's hard because there's a big part of me that's like, oh, if something happens that's like not serious, somebody doesn't get hurt, you know what I mean? Somebody's property doesn't get destroyed, then it should kind of be chill. But at the same time, I do think you should be held to a bit of a different standard if you're a foreigner. You know what I mean? Like, even for stuff that might not be that big of a deal if a local does it, I do feel like it should be a bit bigger of a problem if you do it as a foreigner. Because they have to set an example. You know what I mean? They have to try to do something to deter it. So how do you do that if people get arrested, they go to the police station, they pay a fine, and they're out again? There was that guy the other day who went in a 7-Eleven, was smashing all the wine bottles. I don't know if you guys saw that. This guy was like in 7-Eleven, like pouring drinks on his head and smashed like the whole rack of wine bottles. And then cops came, got arrested. And then he got out or paid his fine or whatever. And then he went and did some similar shit like the next day. Weed equals happy, hungry, sleep. Yeah, exactly. Smoke hash for like 23 years. I never make fights. Right. Yeah, like until I came to Thailand, like I had smoked pretty much every day, all day for 15 years probably, ish. Some little breaks in there, but pretty much for 15 years consistently. And I don't remember ever being aggressive. Man, I come to Thailand since 2010 and I never have a problem with fights. Yeah, I mean, even when I first got here, like I didn't see a fight for like the first year and a half, 2 years I was here. And even then the fight that I saw was a couple of homeless guys and they just got into like a tussle and like threw each other down. It wasn't anything crazy. But now it seems like it happens all the time. I think it is the people more than anything. As you get different cultures and different stereotypes, I think our own closed mind contribute to it. We need to realize that we are in a different... Did you go to Key's party? Yeah, he invited me. I completely fucking forgot. Different culture and need to respect that. Yeah, I mean, I think I think a big thing too is a lot of like kind of dirtbag people hear how nice and accommodating Thai people are, and they assume that means weak. Like, oh, they're so nice and accommodating, like I can do whatever the fuck I want, and like I can walk around and be a dick and nobody's gonna do anything about it. If you spent any real time in Thailand, you know that's not true. Thai people are very nice and accommodating until you push them to that point, and then you're gonna get whooped. So I think that mentality has a lot to do with it, because it's all like younger dudes, you know what I mean? All come in here with their chest puffed out. They think they're hot shit. They showed up and they exchanged their $400, so now they think they're rich and they can walk around in their fake Balenciaga and they think they're hot shit. I I think that has a lot to do with it. Had the worst week. The only good thing is the weed right now. William, I hope it gets better. I'm glad the weed is helping with me if I'm like stressed out. Weed sometimes will help, but a lot of the time it makes it worse. Because then I like get anxiety. Because then I start really thinking about what's going on, you know? So I have to be, I never used to be like that. I used to be able to just smoke consistently and I was always fine. As I'm getting older, I notice I'm more prone to like get anxiety from it. Louis Cabo, I'll be in Pattaya next week, have to meet up for breakfast. I'm usually not much of a breakfast guy, but every once in a while, I'll get a hankering. There's a, I don't know if you've been to Pattaya before, but there's a place here called Tiggle Bitties Tavern. And I'm pretty sure it's owned by an American couple. And they actually have some really good American breakfast. They've got chicken fried steak, biscuits and gravy, and they've actually got Mexican food too that is, by Thailand standard, pretty decent. So yeah, see if we can make that happen. Thailand's a place to fuck around and find out, which is something you don't want to do. Right. I've said it a few times, like you can't, you're not going to win. You know what I mean? Like, granted, if you pick a fight with another foreigner, that's kind of a different thing. But if you're out in public and you pick a fight with a Thai, you're not going to win. Even if you win the one-on-one, he's going to come back with 15 friends. Even if you're a fucking gorilla and can beat all them up, then the police are going to show up and you're not going to beat the police up. Trust me. The police here are not like they are in America. Like, if they walk up and they think you're going to be a pain in the ass, they'll just either walk up, scoop you, slam you, pop you in the knee with a billy club. Like, they don't play games. Like, they're not going to risk themselves getting hurt. So they walk up, and if you've been violent with anybody else, it's full tilt right away. There's no, like, talking your way around it. Then they're going to throw you in the back of the truck. Then you're going to go to the police station. You're going to have to pay a bunch of fines. Like, it's just, you can't win. And Thai people are very prideful too. Like, if you like you fuck with the wrong guy, even if you win that time, like, he'll wait for you. He'll sit at that spot and hide around the corner and wait for you to leave the bar or wait for you to leave your condo. Like, it's not a game. Like, they will fuck you up. Thailand is 100% safer than, yeah, for sure. Granted, I think it's only like certain places in the States are like inherently dangerous. You know what I mean? But as a whole, absolutely. And especially when it comes to like petty crime, like theft and stuff, Thailand is 100% more safe. That stuff is happening more now, but it's not Thais. Like, if you can leave your bike parked out front with the keys in it, a Thai isn't going to pull up and steal it. There's exceptions to every rule, of course, but the vast majority of, like, they're not going to steal it. Somebody jacks your shit, it's not going to be a Thai. Is it true the government's planning to stop double pricing because tourists keep complaining about it? I did see something the other day. I think it was the Prime Minister talking about it. So who knows? We'll have to see how that goes. I don't really know how they would enforce that, honestly. But with certain, like, usually, you know, I don't mind because that happens everywhere. It's like, you know, even if you're in the States, if you're in an area that's frequented by tourists, you're going to pay more. That's just how it goes. The only time here when it bothers me is like some of the national parks and stuff, or even like the Pattaya floating market here. The Pattaya floating market is free for Thai people. They don't pay anything. A foreigner, it's like 400 baht. So the only times where I'm like, what the fuck, is when it's like 10 times what the locals will pay. I went to a place in Chantaburi, like a big like waterfall kind of national park thing, and I think locals were like 60 baht, and then foreigners were like 400 or 450. That's the only time where I'm like, come on, bro. That's kind of annoying. I actually sometimes it just happens, and it is what it is. And if it's, you know, a bit more, I don't mind, but it's like 10 times. Come on. I agree it's safe, but it's safe until, yeah, as long, dude, if you're respectful and just nice, you will never have a problem with a Thai person. Granted, like what I see sometimes though is like they won't be as patient, but I've seen the way that some foreigners here interact with Thai people, so I do not blame them at all for not being patient. I saw a couple weeks ago, I was at the market and some Russian lady was yelling at a Thai like vendor, like this Thai auntie. This lady was probably like 50 or 60 years old. And this Russian chick is yelling at her because she doesn't speak Russian. I saw another chick on TikTok the other day complaining that, oh, I came to Thailand and nobody speaks English and they just speak to you in Thai. What kind of fucking entitlement? Like main character syndrome. You're gonna go to a foreign country and expect what the fuck, dude? It blows my mind sometimes. If you have a Thai driving license, the floating market is free. Yes, that is true. A lot of those places, if you have a local license, stuff is cheaper and you can get the local price. I think a good way to go about it would be to make that kind of like the general rule. Because if you're just a tourist coming here, okay, like then there's an argument for like different pricing because you're here, you probably got more money to spend. But for like expats or like people that are retired here, like people that legitimately live here, it's like, you know, I've been here for 3 years. Like, why am I still getting dinged like this? So that's, I mean, that could help. I don't fucking know. I don't have the answers. Been to Pattaya many times. I'll stay at North Soy Bacau by Soy New Plaza. I'll be there in July. Definitely meet up with you. Yeah, for sure. It's Soy New Plaza. I don't know where that is. My only reference for Soy Bacau is Tree Town. That's kind of where I base Tree Town, and then like LK Metro. Like that's where I base my knowledge of Soy Bacau. 420 here from Michigan. That's what I'm talking about. It's fucking hot. Give me a second. Man, it's been so hot this past like month. My fucking electric bill is gonna be crazy. Crazy by Thailand standards. It'll probably be like $50. The foreigner in Thailand, you show respect. Yeah, dude, it's so simple to not have issues here. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be a real tool to get into a confrontation. Granted, not everybody's perfect. You know what I mean? There are people in any country that will try to take advantage of people that don't really know what the deal is, but it's very rare. Even in places like Pattaya, you know what I mean, Phuket, and if you go out to like the rural areas, you'll never have that issue. Like, I loved when I went to Isan, like, people were so fucking friendly. I went to like a night market in Surin, and I saw a couple other expats that obviously like lived there. They had wives and stuff, but for the most part, I was like the only white guy in there. Tons of people like asking where you're from and what are you doing, and I'm like trying to get you to try different foods and stuff. It was really fucking cool. I really liked it. And especially like rural Thailand, like if you're walking down the street or driving or something, you'll see Thais like sitting and partying at little tables and stuff in front of their house, and they will always wave you down and try to get you to do shots with them and shit. It's really cool. Have you checked out Khao Sok National Park? I have not. It's on the list. Khao Sok and Khao Yai. Khao Yai looks awesome to me because there's so many fucking cool ass animals there. They've got, what are the apes called? Gibbons? Gibbons, like the apes. Dude, they look so cool. They're the ones that like run like this. And then they've got, there's tapirs. Supposedly there's like a small population of tigers, which is fucking crazy to me. But yeah, those are both on the list. Khao Sok looks amazing. Khao Sok is in the south, right? I think I'm thinking of the same one. Is that the one with like all the crazy like limestone pillars and shit? Yeah. Yeah, this looks fucking amazing. So many places in Thailand just look like something out of fucking Jurassic Park. Even like when my mom and I went to Krabi, like there were so many times just looking around, you're like, this place is fucking wild. Like all the limestone pillars and huge rock faces and stuff, so fucking cool. Yeah, Khao Sak is near Surat Thani. Yeah, this looks amazing. Yeah, man, south of Thailand has, so, like, if you're an outdoor person, dude, so much cool shit to do. Just north of Tree Town, hang out mostly on soy made in Thailand. I don't know where any of these soys are. Like, people are like, soy post office. So I've been here for 3 years. I don't know what any of those streets are. My only like points of reference for the soys in Pattaya are like soy 6, soy 7, soy 12, I think. And that's pretty much it. And then of course like soy Bacau and LK Metro and all those spots. Yeah, that tells you what kind of exploring I've done, huh? I always stay for 3 months and I spend like 10K USD, sometimes more than this, but I feel safe and happy. Always solo travel alone, never have a problem. 10K in 3 months is, I mean, if you're on vacation, yeah, that's a little like 3,000 a month-ish. Yeah, 100,000 a month, especially if you're running around a lot. Been more than 10 or 13 years. I'm not go to Pattaya, only Phuket. Made in Thailand is the north end of Tree Town. Okay. Is that like Tree Town's the square, right? And then there's another, that next street on the north right there. It's like there's more bars and stuff right there. You mean that street? I think I know what you're talking about. Keys used to know a girl that worked at one of the bars over there, so we went over there a few times. I used to go to Tree Town all the time. It used to be, when I first got to Jomtien, there wasn't, market-wise, there wasn't a whole lot. There was only like one or two, and they were both pretty small and didn't have a lot of options. So I used to go to Tree Town all the time just to eat. There's in the main little hub right there in the back right, almost all the way at the end, there's a guy that sells Greek food. A1, really good. He's a nice guy too, and it's very fairly priced. There's a lot of good food in there. One of the first girls I ever met from Pattaya worked at the kebab place that's right in the front right there. And I was just out drinking and partying by myself. It was like my third night here. And I went and got a kebab from her and I started talking. I was like, yeah, what time you done? We should go out when you're done, blah, blah, blah. And we ended up meeting up when she finished at like 3 a.m. We went to another bar for a few hours. And then she was like, oh, I want to go to the club. I'll take you to the club, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So we go down to Walking Street at like 7 a.m. And Walking Street's pretty much empty by that point. And then she was taking me to Mist. I had never been there before. And if you don't know, Mist, like you have to take like this little alley off of Walking Street and there's nothing else in there. It's just like a dark covered little like hallway pretty much. And we hit that corner and started walking down and I'd been drinking. And I was like, man, I've been here for 3 days. I'm about to get robbed already. And then we round the corner and they open the doors to Mist and it's just completely packed. Music banging, fucking lasers and shit. And it was like 7:30, 8 a.m. That was my first like real, holy shit, dude. Thailand's kind of wild. Soy that goes into the new beer complex Mystic. I'm not sure if I know. Unlike the US, national parks in Thailand don't offer things like packages or yearly passes. No advance reservation needed. Simple and straightforward. Buy tickets on site. Yeah, I've never had to like make any like bookings or reservations and stuff. The only time that I've had to do that is if I wanted to camp. because some of those camping spots, like camping is like kind of limited in Thailand, especially compared to America. So there's not a lot of places where you can like pull up and just set up your own spot. So you have to get like a reservation. So that's the only time I've had to get anything in advance. 99% of the time you just show up, pay at the gate, and you're good. Dig your channel, been watching for years. Sick, I appreciate it. Sensitive topic, but what is your plan for the next 5 years? Honestly, I'm not planning that far out. All I'm trying to do right now is continue to get better at creating content, continuing to grow our little community here. And the more we do that, the more we can expand going to new places, you know? Philippines is on the list. I'm gonna go, my mom's coming out to visit this summer again, so we're gonna go check out the Philippines. I'm like, it's getting to the point where I want to move. Like my lease is up in January, and I'm fairly certain I'll stay in Thailand. There's a few things I'm keeping an eye on, and if they continue to change or don't get better, in my opinion, then I might be thinking about somewhere else. But when my lease is up here, I'm 99% sure I'm going to get out of Pattaya, just because there's more shit I want to do, more stuff I want to film, and I feel like I've pretty much, when it comes to like Pattaya specific content, I feel like I've pretty much covered everything. Sorry, Myth Beer Complex. Is that the new one that's on Second Road? It's massive. It's like, it's pretty close to the Night Bazaar, I want to say. Only time you could have trouble in national parks is big holiday weekends when Thais have, yeah, for sure. I feel most of the like cool, like legit spots that I really enjoy are those places. It's like Koh Samet's the same way. It's for sure one of my favorite islands here. And if you go on like not a holiday weekend, it's like fucking empty. You'll have beaches to yourself. But if you go there on like a long weekend or one of the government holidays, it'll be packed, but it's all Thais. So it's like, I don't mind crowds when it's Thais. Jesus, the fucking coffee's killing me. I don't mind big crowds when it's Thais because they're usually like, they just keep to themselves. Everybody's quiet. They're nice. They're friendly. It doesn't really bother me. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. Yes, huge complex. It's on Soy Made in Thailand. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've never been in there. I saw that there was a bunch of bars that were already for sale in there. Are we lagging? What the hell's going on here? What's your top 3 places you're thinking about moving to? If I stay in Thailand, honestly, it'll probably be Bangkok. There's just a lot more going on in Bangkok. More stuff to film, more stuff that I'm interested in personally. A bit easier to hop out to other places. Like granted, it's not too hard to get from Pattaya and then fly out from Bangkok, but it just adds like that 2 hours on either end of your trip, which just sucks a lot of the time. It's just like, you know, if you've been flying or traveling all day and then you land in Bangkok and you're like, cool, I'm back. Just kidding. You still got to take another 2-hour taxi. It would just be nice to be in Bangkok. A bit easier to meet some more like-minded people. Lots more like car and racing events going on, which is what I enjoy. Those are my favorite things to film, for sure. Just a lot more going on, you know? I was thinking about Krabi too, but Krabi, you're just kind of isolated. Like granted, there's an airport, but but I don't know like what the deal is with immigration down there. Like there's just a lot of stuff that I'm not sure infrastructure wise. So yeah, honestly, it'll probably be Bangkok. And for my budget for a condo or a townhouse or whatever, Bangkok obviously has the most options. Stream is good here. All right, sweet. I think it was just lagging for a second because I turned the mic back on. Wish I had the nutsack to do what you do, but I grew up too poor and I think I need a bit more dough to be secured. Nothing wrong with planning and having a little nest egg. The thing about Thailand is less money gets you a lot farther. And like, I'm not balling by any means. Is it stressful? Yes. Sometimes like I have really rough days where I'm really stressed about income, but I try my best to keep myself honest with the other positives of, you know, doing this. And there are a lot of positives that come with it. And of course, once you get to a certain point, the money starts coming in too. But it's kind of, I'm in the trade-off point right now, you know what I mean? Where I've got benefits on this side, but I am sacrificing on the other side, which is why I'm just going to continue to work hard until those meet. You know what I mean? It can be hard too, like, depending on what type of person you are. Like, I don't think everybody is really cut out to work for themselves. And this is coming from experience. When you work for yourself, it's not like you don't really have somebody holding you accountable to do what you need to do. So if you're one of those people that can have times where you talk yourself out of doing the things you know you need to do, but you don't want to do them, if you're working for yourself, it can be really easy to just be like, I'm not gonna film today. And there's no real repercussions then, but especially with YouTube, since we only get paid once a month, if I decide to take 2 weeks off this month, it's not gonna hurt me during that 2 weeks. It's not gonna hurt me this month. But next month, when payday rolls around, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? So you have to make sure and you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. I think it's really good to build other good habits before. Like maybe if you're out of shape, start going to the gym, you know what I mean? And build habits of being able to do the things you don't want to do. And then that will translate to your work as well. Like if you can wake up in the morning and be like, I don't really want to go to the gym, I'm not working out today, but then still convince yourself to go do it, I think that's really good if you want to work for yourself. Habits like that, you know, not putting off doing house chores when stuff needs to be clean, just clean it. Just work on stopping procrastinating. That's what I'm constantly trying to do. I'm Thai, I'm 62, and went to the ancient city in Samut Prakan. The staff said no ticket for senior citizens. Then I paid 450 baht, the same as a foreigner. It's insane, even though I'm Thai. Yeah, see, like that's a bit insane in my opinion. Yeah, free and then granted 450 baht is like 15 bucks, but it's like, it's the principle. You know what I mean? It'd be like the same if I'm waiting in line to buy something and then the person in front of me gets charged 50 baht and then I walk up and they try to charge you 100 baht. It's like, yes, that's $1.50. And that's what a lot of people on the internet will hang on. It's only $1.50. Don't be so cheap. It's the principle of it, man. It's like, why am I being selected? Or like, what's different? You know what I mean? With certain stuff, like dual pricing makes sense. With like condos and stuff, foreigners are more likely to break a lease and stop paying rent or leave, you know what I mean? So things being more expensive in that realm, bigger deposit, that type of stuff makes sense to me. But other stuff, I don't really get it. But I don't have to get it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna post on the old Schminstagram that we're live. What am I? Oh, okay. Huh? Man, sometimes does anybody else, sometimes you like open your phone to do something and your fucking brain just shuts off? Like you see something else and you just completely forget what you were doing? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, here we go. Here we go now. Instagram. Jesus, I look fucking crazy. Whatever. How long have we had iPhones for like... I swear iPhones came out when I was like probably like a freshman in high school. So that would have been like 2004, right? Something like that. How have we had them for that long? And the, like the autocorrect is still so fucking terrible. Who says ducking that much? I'm saying fucking, for fuck's sake. Link. Boom. Boom, boom, pow, bing. A little filter, make us look not so fucking clapped. Boom. Got it. Okay. Appreciate it. You are a bit different from most tubers I've seen. I appreciate that. I do try to kind of cut my own path. Granted, when it comes to content creation, there's certain things where you just have to do it. And you have, like, there's certain content that I just have to make, even if I might not be that interested in it. My biggest thing when I was thinking about starting a channel, when I was looking for what I could do to be different from the people that are already doing the same, is just be more transparent. I watch so many travel YouTubers, and I'd traveled enough to know traveling all the time, or, you know, like living in a foreign country, it's not always fun. There's days where it is not, especially if you're traveling a lot, there's days that fucking suck. And especially in a foreign country, there's days where it's going to be super frustrating. You're not going to go, what the fuck is going on? It's stressful. And I got tired of like all this bullshit Instagram reels that's just like, oh, full-time travel and find yourself and amazing life. Like, no, sometimes shit sucks. Positives still outweigh the negatives in my opinion. Yeah, for sure. For the most part. Of course, there's a few things I'd want to be different, but what can you do? Stevotropics. What's up, dude? Coming out from LA. What's up? Probably hard to be genuine as a potato tuber. All the videos are almost the same. Look at my apartment. Don't get scammed, blah, blah. Yeah, and like I was saying, there's a few of those things that like people want to know. So you gotta kind of have to make them. My only ones that like Pattaya especially that I'm not gonna do is like the deep dives on like the, you know, girls and like all that are just like leaning into that. Like I've had so many people ask me like, oh, why don't you do, like you'll get a ton of views, and it's like, yeah, true, but then you're stuck doing that. I'm so happy that I realized that before I started making stuff, or like before I really leaned into what I was gonna do. Because like that, yeah, that's cool. You can blow up and you can build an audience and get a ton of views if you just do all nightlife, soy six, blah, blah, blah. But then that entire audience, that's all they want to see. And me personally, I don't want to live in Pattaya and make soy six videos for the rest of my life. If you want to do that, by all means, live your life. That's not, like, content-wise, that's not fulfilling to me. I enjoy making videos. Like, I like the creative process of it. And those type of videos just aren't fun to me. It's like, it's just not my thing. So it's taking me longer to build an audience than some people who chose to go that route. But I feel like my end goal is going to be better for me. you know? Mac blew up, but all his vids are pretty much the same now. I haven't seen any in a while. Yeah. Just not my style, man. I'm just not, because like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of normal people that come to Pattaya, but there's also plenty of pieces of shit that come to Pattaya, and I don't want my audience to be a bunch of dirtbags. Ideally, I would want the people who enjoy my videos to be people that I would enjoy meeting and hanging out with, and not even just with Pattaya, but if you're a guy where your whole life and everything you do and think about revolves around ass, I'm just not interested in that. Like, we're not going to be friends. Like, I can't stand, like, it doesn't really happen as much now, but when I first got to Pattaya, there's so many people that I met, and you would hang out with them for a couple hours, and that is all they would talk about. Girls this, girls that, girls, I'm just like, if you're that obsessive over getting laid, dude, we're just not gonna align friendship-wise. So I thought if I was making those type of videos, those are the people I was gonna attract. Those are the people that would be approaching me out in public when they recognize me, and I'm just not interested in that. Patty Doyle's editing and style is amazing. Really, yeah, dude, Patty's vids are since the beginning, and they've just continued to get better and better. But even since the beginning, it's like the amount of work he puts in to filming and editing is like, especially if you've ever edited videos, it's a lot easier to see how much he's really doing. Like when he does his motorbike tours, he's got like 5 or 6 different cameras. He's getting drive-by shots, you know what I mean? So even for just those drive-by shots, you got to pull up, set up, get the camera out, blah, 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 set it all up, turn around, come back, drive by, you know what I mean? And if you do that 20 or 30 times every day, like you're adding hours to your trip. And then having 5 or 6 different cameras, you've got to make sure all that's organized. And then being able to take footage from 5 different SD cards and have it line up in the video chronologically, it's fucking hard. That's a lot to keep track of. Like I have so much respect for Patty. His videos are awesome. He's one of the few guys, like I actually keep up with his videos pretty well. I just spend so much time thinking about Thailand YouTube when I'm like just chilling. I don't really want to watch more Thailand YouTube, but Patty's videos I 100% keep up with. Oh God, I just fucking sat on my nuts. Pattaya is the lint trap of the world. So I tell everybody this. It's just like Vegas, in my opinion. Not everybody who's a piece of shit wants to go... Okay. Jesus, the coffee. Not everybody who wants to go to Vegas is a piece of shit. But everybody who is a piece of shit wants to go to Vegas. You know what I mean? And I think it's the same with Pattaya. It's like, if you want to come here, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a dirtbag. But if you are a dirtbag, you definitely want to come here. So that's the way that I look at it. I'm Thai living in Nonthaburi, kind of interested to make a channel about POV football in Thailand with English subtitles. Would you recommend me some tips for the project? That could be pretty cool. POV as in like you're going to be wearing a camera while you play football. That could be really cool. Recommendations on tips for the project. Yeah, actually, yeah. We can chat about it. I'll tell you what, in the description down below, you'll see my email, tempus.tvcontact@gmail.com. Shoot me an email and we'll talk about it. That'll be a bit easier. How has Party Time Asia not been deported or beaten? I don't even know who that is, I don't think. Let's look them up. The name kind of sounds familiar, but 20K followers. Maybe that's why, not a huge audience. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy. See, like I'm just not interested in this, in making this type of content. Cheats on her boyfriend and takes me to her condo. What happens inside a Pattaya massage salon? $20 boom boom and CM Reap. Yeah, I'm just not for me. Granted, his channel, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Just not for me. Let's see. Most popular video. His most popular video is 477,000. So this just goes to show, if you want to make a channel and you feel like you have to do a certain thing and it's something you don't want to do, you can find success in any type of content as long as you do it well. This guy's best video has 477,000. My best video is triple that in views. So it just goes to show, don't feel like you have to make content that you don't want to. You can find success in pretty much anything. What do you think about the cheap travelers coming to Pat's, people with minimal funds? I mean, all of Thailand is great for budget travelers. I think like there's a distinct difference between being a budget traveler and being a cheap traveler. You know what I mean? But honestly, I feel like as long as you have enough money to support whatever you want to do and you're not like on the street begging for change, who am I to judge how much money you have? You know what I mean? I don't think it's smart to be traveling in a foreign country without some type of emergency fund. God forbid something happens, you get sick or, you know, get into a motorcycle accident or something. I don't think that's very smart. But if you want to like, right now, a lot of like backpackers are getting shit in Thailand, which I kind of understand because there are a lot of them that are like sitting on the corner, like asking for donations, like fund my spiritual travel journey. That's fucking cringe. But I was a big time backpacker in America. I love having a backpack and just walking and sleeping outside. I think that's super fun. But I'm intimidated to do that here because I don't want to be lumped in with those people that are like just asking for handouts. You know what I mean? I think as long as you have the means to not do that, like if you're hitchhiking, but if it comes down to it, you got the money to pay for a cab, you just prefer hitchhiking because you want to meet people or whatever, I got no problem with that. But if you're hitchhiking because you have no other option, or if you're sleeping outside because you don't have the money for a hotel, that's a problem. Are there any good sports bars in Pattaya that show all the NFL games? I believe so. I don't know of any personally. There's one I know on Second Road, kind of close to Theprasit, I want to say. There's a few of them. And I see posts that they have the NFL games. Games are on they're either super late at night or very early in the morning. Actually, Tiggle Bitties, I know they show some of the games. They might, I know most of them, they only show the evening games. So if it's, well, let's see, if it's 4 p.m., if it's a 4 p.m. game, yeah, that's 4 p.m. game in the States is like a 6 a.m. here. So yeah, there's only a few places that will do it. Party Asia is a guy that comes from a wealthy family, just going around trying to sleep with women. To each their own, man. I don't judge. Not for me. Like, especially when it comes to content. I have no interest in that, but live your life. It's your channel. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm a bit jealous of all you guys having fun. I keep piling up quite a bit of dough. Enough until 147 per mic. But I don't think I'll make it that. I'm sorry, I cannot keep up with that. Enough until 147 per my calcs. Dude, Thailand is like, if you're smart about it, you can have plenty of time, like plenty of fun here for cheap. It's just like if you're not paying attention and you get into that mindset of like, oh, it's only 300 baht. Okay, that's only, you know, 10 bucks. This is $15 in America. But like 300 baht for like a meal in Thailand, by Thailand standards, is expensive. If you're constantly just comparing everything to home, you're gonna spend way more money. You have to compare things to what the prices are in Thailand. The Borderless Office YouTuber makes some quality content. He seems to take a lot of time in his craft. Yeah, I feel like there's just so many channels that I don't keep up with. I feel like with me, it's like music. Like most of the music that I listen to and the YouTubers that I watch in my free time are people that I discovered like 10 years ago. I just watch the same people. And yeah, I just don't watch a lot of like travel YouTubers, especially, or like, let alone Thailand content. I turn the air off, it's just like instantly hot in here again. This time of year sucks, dude. I hate it. Man, I'm working with this sponsor, dude, and I've done like 6 revisions. The email thread is like 100 emails long. I've had to re-edit the videos so many times. I've just sent off the most recent edit a few days ago. I really hope they accept this one, for God's sake. Saw you on live, wanted to say thanks for the interesting content. Catchy handle, I appreciate that. Thanks for popping in. Have you ever met that pimp in paradise? No. Honestly, guys, I haven't met a lot of, especially like Thailand YouTubers, minus like Keys and Sam, Gone Adrift. Who else? Project Bangkok. I haven't met a lot in person, honestly. If you know what you're doing investment-wise, you can easily retire on 100K USD, learn to do stock options, invest in MSTY, it pays out insane distribution monthly. Yeah, I mean, I tell everybody, like, the biggest thing is, like, if you're not a big partier, if you're not a big drinker, you can live a super solid life in Thailand for 2,000 USD a month. That'll get you a pretty sweet condo. That'll get you, 40 to 45,000 a month to spend. And especially if you're living like a local, you're not going to spend 1,500, baht a day. There's no way. Even if you could legitimately eat like steaks for dinner every day and not spend 1,500 baht a day. The big one is drinking. So many people are like, you can't live there for 2K. You can't live there. Like, you need at least 5K a month. But yeah, if you're going to the fucking bar all the time and you're like hiring girls and stuff every night and going to the club and buying bottles, yeah, you're going to need a lot more money. Yeah, back. I got to pee. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to make another cup of coffee real quick. About to be fucking jacked. Man, boys, I made some fucking mashed potatoes last night. It's relatively easy to find mashed potatoes here, like at restaurants and stuff, but not like I make them, dude. I'll tell you the secret. You want to make amazing mashed potatoes? Don't fucking put milk in them. Sour cream. Sour cream or cream cheese. If you like them more fluffy, use sour cream. If you like kind of thick, heavy mashed potatoes, use cream cheese. You're welcome. And garlic, lots of garlic. You need to clean this goddamn floor. Only thing that sucks about having white tile floors is you see every little speck of dirt, every hair. I have to sweep like every day. Little coffee ASMR. Wait. Come on. I don't like, do any of you guys enjoy like ASMR videos? It's supposed to be like soothing, right? That shit, they give me anxiety. I do not like hearing that much noise of like people just doing shit, let alone like eating and stuff. There's this girl I follow on TikTok. She's a Thai girl. She's super cute. She's pretty funny. And I saw her live a couple days ago and like I popped into her live and like her camera for her lives is always like right in her face, but she was eating. I cannot stand to hear people eating or like chewing. Bro, I was just so not interested. I've never like tried to click out of a live so fast in my life. That means 2,000 shares pay out a minimum of 27 per month. 2,000 shares cost about 50K right now. Man, I wish I knew more about investments. Granted, I don't really have any extra income to invest right now, but yeah, I wish I had 50K to throw at something. Yeah, oh yeah, instant coffee for sure. I don't have a coffee pot. Instant coffee in Thailand compared to America, fucking levels above. Instant coffee here is actually pretty good. Granted, I'm not like a coffee snob by any means. Coffee is coffee for me. But yeah, instant coffee here is pretty good. I get the, what's the Thai brand called? This is the one I like. Birdie, that's what it is. Birdie, the green one. This is the one I like. The blue one is pretty good too, but the blue one's a little bit sweeter, and I don't like really sweet coffee, just a little bit. Isn't porn ASMR? I guess technically, but like, dude, like the videos I see of like the girl, they've got the mic and they're like, nam, 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 and they're tapping their nails on it and shit, and you can like hear the spit in their mouth. Like, that's not soothing at all to me. I know some people like go to sleep to that shit. Fuck, dude, I can't. There's no way. I watched Philippine content for years to prep for retirement. Thailand videos have started to win me over because of all the quality available services showcased. I always hear, it seems like everybody is either team one or the other. It's either people are like, I love the Philippines, I don't know why I was ever in Thailand, or Thailand is way better, I would never go to the Philippines. I hear both. I'm really interested to go for myself because from what I've seen in the Philippines, It's more my vibe. I don't need a bunch of like fancy malls and like big high rise. Like that's, I don't, if I can be in that, cool. If I can't, no big deal. So yeah, I'm interested to check out. The big thing for me that attracts me to the Philippines is surf culture. There's surfing all over the Philippines. Not that Thailand doesn't have amazing beaches, but Philippines just has more, I think. So yeah, I'm interested to check it out. Bali has better surfing than the Philippines. I don't know about that, bro. Siargao alone has like Cloud Nine, Tropics. You know what I mean? I think Siargao in Philippines has better surfing by itself, and that's just one island. It depends on your level of surfing too. Bali is all reef breaks, so if you're like an intermediate or beginner, Bali's not a very good place to learn. Nicholas Paulson, hello from Soy Bangkats. What's up, dude? Any good EDM festivals out there? There's actually quite a few that are getting ready to come. They're talking about Tomorrowland being here for Songkran. Songkran and New Year's, they do two big EDM festivals in Bangkok. And I've never been, but from the videos I've seen, they look pretty sick. Not a fan of Christianity. Buddhist people are just different, better, less do what I say, not what I do. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Buddhist teachings are, like, don't get me wrong, I've met some Christian people in my life that were amazing. Like my best friend's family when I was growing up, when I was a kid, they were super Christian. Church every Sunday, Bible studies at home. And they were the type of Christians that like really practiced what they preach. The shitty thing with like a lot of organized religion is a lot of people just use it as an excuse to be a fucking douchebag. They're like, oh yeah, like no, I'm not a terrible person. I go to church every Sunday. It's like, yeah, but you're a judgmental piece of shit. I always say, I don't give a shit about what you do, but as soon as you start using your beliefs to try to dictate mine or what I do, in America we always say, your freedom is your freedom until it starts imposing on mine. You can think or do or believe whatever the fuck you want, but that's not going to dictate what I do or what I think or what I believe. And I've seen a lot more of that from Christianity, all of the, the white religions. I think Buddhism is great to me because it's more of a lifestyle than like a religion. It's a belief system. And like, especially in Thailand, it's just so ingrained in how Thai people live their lives. So it's, they believe all this and they live by it, which I really like. Bali has places that have better surf than the Philippines, without a doubt. You guys are tripping. Bali is one island and it has like 5 or 6 breaks. Philippines has hundreds of islands that you can still go to the Philippines and find surf like sick breaks that are completely empty. Do you recommend a condo for 15,000 baht or a house for 15,000 baht? It really depends on where you are. I don't pay that much for this place. Bali is well renowned, but so is the Philippines. Like, it's not just whitewash. Like Cloud Nine, like one of the most renowned breaks in the world is in the Philippines. Like granted, there's plenty of like small surfs too, and it really depends on where you are in the Philippines. If you're on the west side in the bay, yeah, the surf isn't very good. But if you're out open sea, and the swells that come from the Pacific are way bigger than the swells that come from the Indian Ocean and push up towards Bali. Bali might be more consistent. I could probably see that. But like when Philippines is fully firing compared to when Bali is fully firing, Philippines 100%. What'd I do with my shit, bro? Oh yeah. Really hope I get that email today that's like, okay, the client has approved your edit. Please upload and send us your bank details. Jesus. Well, the thing about Indo, if you were going to say Indo might have comparable or better surf than Philippines, there's an argument there, I think. But just Bali alone, like Bali is just one island. It's like 5 or 6 breaks compared to the Philippines, dude. Hundreds and hundreds of islands. And the thing about the Pacific too is there's cyclones that come up through the Pacific. So when like the swell is on in the Philippines, it's insane. As of now, how long do you see yourself living in Thailand? I don't really know. I haven't really like made any solid plans. Usually with stuff like that, when it comes to like moving, I kind of just wait until I decide. Like it was the same thing with Pattaya. I was getting asked all the time, like how often, like, or how long are you gonna stay in Pattaya? And I was like, until I don't want to anymore. And I'm pretty much to that point now. I think I'm pretty much ready to go to a new spot. Jesus, these people are stupid. I can't believe there's still so many people that have like the backwoods, like war on drugs view of weed. Like the amount of people that still think like people that smoke weed are just like degenerates and will like rob you and steal your shit is fucking crazy to me. This next spot, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go to Bangkok. Just more stuff to do, more content, more people. Bit easier to hire in and out to run in and out to travel. You know how everything in Thailand runs out of Bangkok, so it's just easier to do shit. And you've got more options when it comes to places to live. Do you hear much about people hiring in home helpers and costs in case I get a bunch of medical stuff done, low mobility, scamming out? I honestly don't know. I do know that medical care is very high quality and readily available here and affordable, especially compared to the States. So I don't imagine that it would be too hard. I guess the only advice I would really have is just like make sure, obviously, you hire someone that's professional, because I wouldn't want some random in my house that I didn't trust or there was no insurance of how they were going to act, you know? Smoking your condo balcony. I don't smoke inside. There's definitely plenty of people on my floor that smoke inside though. Sometimes I walk out of there and it smells like walk out in the hallway, it smells like a fucking dispensary. Which is funny too, because there's signs all over my condo allegedly that say no cannabis. And it says like a 15,000 baht fine, but there's plenty of people that smoke cigarettes in their room. There's like a room a couple doors down from mine. They leave their door open to the hallway all day and just sit in there and fucking smoke cigarettes. So like the whole floor just smells like cigarettes. Sometimes I come into my room and it smells like cigarettes in here, and I don't even smoke cigarettes. So that's allowed, but weed is a problem. I feel like when it comes to smell, I think weed smells more when you're smoking. But once you stop smoking and once it airs out a bit, the smell goes away. But cigarettes, like if somebody smoked consistently in a condo for like a year, good luck getting that smell out of there. Unless you literally take all the furniture out, repaint the walls, like it just soaks into everything. What the hell? What the hell? Dang, we're only $80 from the goal. I didn't even realize that. I haven't even been paying attention. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I can't, I'm unpleasable. It's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot. I need to just buy like a fucking floor fan. I don't know why I haven't yet. I think I've gone to look at a couple and I was blew my mind how expensive they were. Like a lot of like the decent size, like pivoting fans, they want like $150 for them. Like what the fuck? Have you spent time in Cambodia? Tempts me because it's like Thailand was 15, 30 years ago. I haven't spent any like extended time. I was thinking about going in the next month or so. The only thing that would worry me about living in Cambodia is just like infrastructure. I don't really know. Minus maybe in like Siem Reap, or not Siem Reap, Phnom Penh. I have friends who have been, and it's kind of one of those things like some people love it, some people hate it. Where in Vietnam are you gonna hit? Yeah, I want to check out Da Nang. I want to check out the north in general. I would love to have enough time to do like the Ha Giang Loop and do like a motorbike trip. Ideally, I would love to just leave from Thailand and like just go all the way through, go through Cambodia, come up through Vietnam, come back down through Laos. But that's a mission. I definitely do not have the money to do that right now, but that would be sick. Keep up the good work. Have a fun trip to Vietnam. Good night, says Catchy Handle with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I will do my best to have a good time. I'm pretty good at that. Even if shit sucks, I'm pretty good at powering through. Have a good night. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for helping out the cause. I appreciate it. Phnom Penh is more expensive than, say, Da Nang, whereas Siem Reap is cheaper than Da Nang. Siem Reap's pretty small though, right? I'm pretty sure. And how big? Da Nang, from what I think I looked it up, Da Nang is pretty big. Fifth most populated city in Vietnam, population of 1.2 million in Da Nang. So it's about the size of Pattaya. Like Pattaya, Jomtien, like the whole Pattaya metro. I think that's about the same. I think it's like 1.1 million. So that's pretty, it's big. Yeah, Tucson in Arizona is about that. I think it's like 1.3, something like that. Let's look at Siem Reap. Yeah, Siem Reap is only, oh, this says, which one is it? It says 245,000, and then this one says 1.15 million. Yeah, Siem Reap's bigger than I thought. It says they reached 1 million in 2019. I thought it was much smaller than that for some reason. The Siem Reap is where that's where Angkor Wat is, right? I'm pretty sure. Nha Trang is an even cheaper and smaller version of Da Nang. Yeah, honestly, I don't know a whole lot about Vietnam. That's kind of why I want to go. If I'm going to somewhere new, minus like figuring out like safety shit and like infrastructure shit, I try not to look at a lot because I don't want to like have an idea of how it's going to be before I get there. I love showing up to a new place and just everything being new, you know? Sometimes that kind of fucks me, but most of the time it works out well. That's what I did coming to Thailand, and like I really miss how I felt like that first month I was here. Everything was just fucking like new and wild. Granted, like I'm still completely content now, but I love showing up in a new place and you're like, what the fuck? That's why I can't wait to go to Japan too. I don't remember which city, but there's a really cool Vietnam where that's another big reason I want to go into Vietnam. I'm telling you guys, when I was a kid, I was so, I mean, I still am, but really when I was a kid and a teenager, I was so obsessed with like war history stuff. I was a kid, so I liked the tanks and the planes and, you know, so I think it'd be really cool to go check out some historical stuff too. And guess what? Charlie does surf in Vietnam. Yeah, for sure. That's another place I want to go in the Philippines. So where they filmed that is actually in the Philippines. It's called Baler. I want to say Baler. That's, yeah. They call it the birthplace of surfing in the Philippines because supposedly the story is they showed up, they filmed that, and then when they left all the surfboards there. So then the Filipinos started surfing, and that's supposedly what brought surfing to the Philippines. Who knows how true that is, but cool story regardless. It's not, from what I've seen, it's not like like an amazing surf destination, but for the history, if even any of that is true, I think that could be really cool. But yeah, my buddy said he saw people surfing in Da Nang. I'm pretty sure there's pretty good waves there. Let's look at the map. Yeah, it looks it's kind of tucked behind the Philippines a bit. But I mean, that's the whole South China Sea right there. And that's big. So I'd imagine there's at least some surf. It's funny that a movie about surfing in a war in Vietnam was actually filmed in the Philippines, right? I think, from what I understand, a lot of that movie was filmed in the Philippines. That happens all the time, though. There's so many, like, movies that are like, oh, it's supposed to be some island in like the Indian Ocean, but they filmed it in Hawaii. You know, that happens all the time. The one that really used to piss me off all the time was Western movies that are supposed to be based in Arizona, but they film them in like New Mexico or fucking Utah. It's like, why? Like Arizona looks plenty Western enough. The biggest telltale sign, if it's not actually filmed in Arizona, is if you don't see any saguaros, the big cactus, you know? If it's supposed to be in Arizona and you don't see any saguaros and it's in a desert, it's not Arizona. Because they're fucking everywhere. You're going to see at least a few of them in every desert in Arizona. And they're only in Arizona. Let's see if we can figure out where that museum is. Vietnam War Museum. I forgot how to spell Vietnam for a second there. Looks like there's
two big ones. One's in Hanoi. These are the two that pop up first on Google. One's in Ho Chi Minh, one's in Hanoi. I'm sure there's more than that, but Vietnam military. Yeah, the one in Hanoi looks massive. Oh yeah, this looks cool. Where I'm from in Arizona, we have in Tucson, they have the Pima Air and Space Museum. So fucking cool. I loved that shit when I was a kid. Yeah, this place looks pretty sick. Got a bunch of the old tanks, planes, fucking missiles. Philippines actually has a lot of cool World War II history as well. A lot of like cool old like bunkers and like fort complexes and like gun emplacements and shit. Whoops. Boom. Now I'm fucking hot again. God damn it, dude. I hate it. I hate this time of year. It's like you don't want to leave the AC running all day because I have to sleep with it on. So if I leave it on all day and all night, the electric bill is fucking insane. So turn it off during the day, but then it's hot. It's like cools down and then you turn it off and then it's hot again in fucking 5 minutes. I need a haircut, boys. Sometimes it's not good to do filming on relocation. The movie The Beach made Maya Bay there in Thailand get kind of messed up. Too many people. Yeah, and there's a lot more to it than just like the physical part of filming. Like certain countries offer like rebates and stuff. So like I know Vietnam does it. Like if you go and you take your movie production to Vietnam, whatever it costs you to film it, Vietnam will pay you X amount back for filming there to like help the tourism industry and stuff. So there's a lot of like political parts to it too. Logistics, like it can be, instead of, you know, flying the whole crew and all the equipment to like the South Pacific, it's going to be easier to get all that to Hawaii. So yeah, there's a lot more to it than just which place looks the best, you know. Weather, I know weather's a big one. That's a big one why a lot of video or movies that you see that are supposed to be based in like the South Pacific and stuff, that's why they film in Hawaii, because in general, Hawaii is much more stable when it comes to weather. You don't have to worry about like hurricanes and stuff. I need some fucking headphones. If I were headphones, where would I be? I could have swore they were right. Here they are. That's the wrong one. I love how iPhones like put in so much effort to getting rid of the headphone port and then switching, so you had to use dongles, and now they're just the fucking lightning things. But I have a brand new MacBook and it still has a normal headphone jack, which nothing uses that anymore. I know I've got some fucking headphones somewhere. dongle? That is a dongle, but it's the wrong fucking one, of course. Fuck it. Dude, I gotta fucking downsize on the cords and chargers. It's getting ridiculous, dude. I'm for sure one of those guys that's like, especially with all like the camera equipment and stuff and like how many fucking things I have to charge when I like go places to film. I just keep every fucking cord that I have. Like every charger, every adapter, and it's just like I have a whole fucking shoebox that's just a rat's nest of cables. I need to like go through there and get rid of some shit. And like there are a bunch of like useless stuff. Like I have like double-ended USB 3s and stuff. It's like, what are you ever going to use that for? Doesn't work for anything. But then of course, as soon as you get rid of them, something happens where you need to use that every time. So I've got these ones, but that's a lightning. I wonder, hold on, maybe this will work. Turn it off on the phone. I've got wireless headphones, but the thing about Bluetooth headphones is if you have 4 things with Bluetooth, you never know which one's gonna connect to. Stop. Bluetooth. On. Raycon. Connected. Nice. Okay, we got headphones. How good you are. Why do Thais use 555 instead of LOL in comments on things? Because the Thai word for 5 is ha. So 555 is ha ha ha. I actually figured that one out pretty quick when I first got here. Yeah, I figured it out because when I first got here, that was one of the first Thai like things I wanted to learn language-wise was numbers. Because like when it comes to money and stuff, if you can understand the numbers, that's going to help you out a lot. So I learned that, and I kind of just put the 2 and 2 together. I was like, 5 is ha. Oh, so 555 is ha ha ha. Oh, okay, I get it now. There's a couple other ones that Thai girls use all the time that I've tried to look up, and I can't figure out what they mean. I can't remember what they are specifically right now, but there's quite a few of them. Dang, we just passed 4 million total views yesterday. That's pretty cool. I remember when I hit 1 million, bro. That shit was cool as hell. I remember how excited I was when I first had my first video get to 1,000 views. That was sick. It's funny how like the farther along you get, how like your perspective on like what's successful is changes. Now, if I upload a video and it gets 1,000 views, I'm like, fuck, fucking bombed. Shit sucks. That's the only thing that sucks about once you have a video do really well. It's like, I had a video that's well over 1 million views now. So even if I have a video that gets to 50 or 60K, which is good compared to my normal viewership, it still doesn't really like feel like it did that well. I'm like, 50K, all right, cool. But it's not 1 million. And the thing that's like really annoying too is that video that got well over 1 million. It's like, I have looked at it so many times and tried to like analyze what was different, why that one did so well. And I can't figure it out. I even did like an updated version of pretty much the same idea, just on different points in the video, and used almost the exact same thumbnail and it didn't, I think it only got like 7 or 8,000 views. So it's like a lot of like people that are trying to sell you YouTube courses will tell you like there's a science to YouTube, and as long as you do these things right, you'll have success, which is kind of true. There's quite a few things you can do to optimize your chances of success, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of a crapshoot. It pretty much just comes down to get as many people to click on your video as you can, and then once they click on it, do what you can to have them watch the entire video. If you can do both of those well, you'll have success. But even still, I've had some videos that the click-through percentage was amazing. People were watching the majority of the video every time, and they still didn't do particularly well. So it's like, I don't get it. Right now, I'm trying to write an AI program, like an automation program, to test and compare videos to try to figure out what the real differences are and what the algorithm saw different. It's a bit of a nightmare. It's not anywhere close to finished, but that would be pretty sweet if I can get that. How much Thai can you speak now? Not very much, honestly. Especially in places like Pattaya, it's so easy to get by without it. Unfortunately, it just helps me not learn it, you know? And it is, excuse me, it is hard to learn. Like when I was learning Spanish, Spanish at least uses the same alphabet. The letters, for the most part, make the same noises. So when you hear somebody say a word in Spanish and then I can read it, that helps me understand how to say it. You know what I mean? But with Thai, especially because Thai is so tonal, there'll be 6, 7 different words for different things. It's the same word, it's just a different tone. And like that is really hard for me. I gotta turn the fucking air conditioner back on. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. All right. So we're filming a new video tomorrow. Somebody just replied on my video, you went for ladyboys, dude, admit it. There's so many people that comment shit like that. I just don't get it. Filming a new video tomorrow. I've got a couple ideas. I'm still not sure which ones I want to do. Let's see. I'll peek. Actually, the other night I took the time to make like an actual content plan for the next couple months. And so here's a couple ideas. 7 secrets to surviving in Thailand's hustle. Just 7 ways to kind of adapt to how different life is here. So that's one. Top 7 myths about Thailand debunked. Speaking of people thinking that Thailand is nothing but ladyboys, I think that's a pretty solid one. I like that idea too. There's a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people that make dumbass content about shit that's just not true. And then, what was the other one? Seven secret unforgettable experiences in Thailand. I like that one too. Some of my favorite shit that I've done here are things that I didn't see on any lists or any videos or anything. So I think that any of those 3 would be sick. What do you guys think? I have a ton more ideas. This is a fucking 7-page PDF of different ideas. So we got a lot. From tourist to local, my journey through Thailand. That could be a good one too. I guess that's kind of the same, like kind of how to integrate. Or what do you guys think? If we're gonna film tomorrow, what video do you want to see? I'll make you guys a deal. If we can have somebody hit the rest of the super chat, I will make whatever video you want next. Granted, it can't be anything that might get me in trouble with YouTube. So it can't be anything fucking crazy. But as long as it's not against community guidelines or anything, I'll do it. And as long as it's not something that's crazy expensive that I literally just can't afford. I can't do a comparison of the 10 best luxury hotels in Thailand right now. Daddy can't afford that. How about seafood in Pattaya? What about it? Seafood in Thailand is readily available everywhere, and it's minus a few select things, it's cheap. It's really affordable. Seafood in Thailand is much different than seafood in the West, though. Like the way they prepare it and stuff. Thais, like especially when it comes to seafood, if it's edible in any way, Thais eat it. It's pretty wild to me. Like jellyfish. Granted, most of the Thai people I've met, there's a lot of them that don't like jellyfish, but it's for sure available. You see it all the time. Alligator. I've tried alligator. It's not terrible, but it's not good. It tastes like what you would think a reptile tastes like. Kind of tastes like mud. It's similar to catfish. I don't like catfish because it has like that funky aftertaste that literally just kind of tastes like mud to me. A huge myth is the costs. Thailand is cheap if you're not rich, but if you're rich, it's very expensive. Imported cars, cigars, good wines. If you have expensive tastes, it costs a lot to live there. That's absolutely true. I agree on that. I have made a video before kind of talking about that and kind of hitting on if you are not paying attention to what you're doing, Thailand is not cheap. And you will blow just as much money here as you would at home, if not more. Because you get that in your brain that, oh, like Thailand's cheap. I can just swipe and spend and I won't even spend any money. But that is so not fucking true. Like I had nights when I went out with friends and stuff and spent $250, $300 in a night. Easy. And that might not be expensive for some people, but for me, $300 in a day is expensive. Not a fan of catfish either. Yeah, dude, I've tried it every way you can prepare it. I've had like deep fried like catfish bites like in the South and like dip those in some ranch and stuff. It's like edible, but out of all the fish, like there's 50 other types of fish I would choose before catfish. In general, I feel like bottom feeders fish-wise is a pretty like long shot for me, but on the other side of that, flounder, like East Coast flounder in America, like the flat fish with the two eyes on one side, that's one of my favorite fish in the world to eat. And they're I guess they're not technically bottom feeders though. They lay on the bottom, but they come up and grab fish. They don't just eat like literal shit off the bottom. Fish, for the most part, is overrated. Shellfish is where it's at. We will have to agree to disagree on that. Crab is technically shellfish, so I love crab. Crab is one of my favorite. Granted, the crab in Thailand is much different than the crab we eat in America. In America, it's mostly like snow crab, king crab, big-ass crabs. Here, it's like blue crab, small, soft shell. and I don't like that nearly as much. It's still good, but shellfish, I don't do oysters. I don't do clams. Like I can do like oysters Rockefeller when there's just like a bunch of shit on it and it's baked, you know what I mean? I can handle that. Yeah, I don't really like clams. I like scallops. Scallops are okay, but it's one of those things I'm probably not going to order it. Me, I like fish. Here, like the sea bass they have here, it's A1. It's expensive as far as Thailand standards go. You're going to pay like 300 to 400 baht for the whole fish, but it's good shit. Walleye and crappies, killer fish. Yeah, I like walleye. Walleye's good. There's only a very few like select fish that are popular eating wise that I don't really like. Most freshwater fish are good. I enjoy, minus catfish. Yeah, like trout is awesome. Even bass, like most people don't eat bass, but I've eaten them before and they're good. It's just like a super subtle white fish, super good. Cod, it really depends. Fresh cod, I really enjoy, especially up in like the Pacific Northwest, you know what I mean? Like cod is everywhere, but they catch it all there, so it's super fresh and it's really good. I don't like any fish that's like gamey. I don't like fish that tastes like that fish smell, you know? So there's only a few that I don't really like. Striped bass, much better. Yeah, striper's good. We don't have a lot of those in Arizona, but when I would go fishing in Utah and stuff, we would usually catch them. Usually if I'm fishing freshwater and I'm fishing to catch something to eat, I'm going to go after trout. I really like trout. I used to bass fish a lot, but I only used to catch and eat them when I was a kid. As I've gotten older, like now I'm like, if I'm somewhere and I catch like a nice eating size bass, I'm like, just let him go. Go back and get bigger so I can catch you again. Can't go wrong with trout. Yeah, dude. Trout's great, especially if you're like camping and fishing, because it's just so easy. You know, take it down, gut it, put it on a stick, hang it over the fire for 15 minutes, and just go right at it. Scale it before you put it on there. And like even their scale, like you can eat it without scaling it if you really wanted to. They're not crazy. They don't have massive scales. And you can just pick at it. Trout is one of the few fish that I enjoy the skin too. Like especially like shallow fried trout with the skin on it. Skin gets nice and crispy. Fuck yeah, it's good shit. Have you ever went fishing in Thailand, not at one of those fishing parks where you can't keep the fish? No, I haven't gone to those fishing parks because from what I've seen, it's mostly catfish. And even like a big ass, like 150-pound catfish, which you can catch there. Catching catfish is so boring to me because it's just like, one, you got to bait fish, and I've never been like a bait fishing guy. I hate like, okay, throw it out there, let it sink, and then just sit there and watch the pole. I hate fishing like that. I like swim baits. I like actively fishing, jigging. I love like bass fishing is awesome because you go from, oh, nothing's going on, and then all of a sudden, wham, you get hit and he's running off. I love that part of fishing. And catfish, they're like, okay, there it goes. Let him swallow it. And then it's just like reeling in a brick. It's just boring to me. But no, I haven't gone fishing. I've been trying to reach out to some like fishing charter companies and be like, yo, just let me come out. I'll pay for the fuel or whatever and like tackle. And then I'll film a video and you guys will get some free promo out of it too, but I haven't gotten hit back about it. Do you like the fish balls there? No, I don't. I don't like them. They're like that fishy taste, which I don't really like. And for me, when it comes to food, a lot of the food I don't like has to do with consistency. I'm a big like mouthfeel guy. And most of my favorite foods, like I love potato chips just because they're crunchy, you know, or like pretzel bites. I just love like the feeling of eating them. So those fish balls, like the consistency, The flavor's not very good. I've gotten a couple that were like with a really good sauce that were okay, but I'm not gonna buy it. When I first got here, I got because I didn't get got. I just didn't know any better. I thought they were like Swedish meatballs, kinda, or like I thought they were like pork meatballs. I was like, fuck yeah! I was all excited and just whacked one. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, was not stoked on it. I'm not a fan of them either. Honestly, when it comes to Thai food, like there is a decent amount of stuff that I enjoy, but I'd be lying if I said like there's tons of Thai food that I like. The one that's been really disappointing for me, I just don't know if I haven't ordered the right thing yet or what. All the Thai noodle dishes that I've gotten, I was not a fan. I don't know if I'm like ordering the wrong broth or what, but I have not been a fan. If I want noodles here, I just go to a Japanese place and get ramen because then I know what I'm doing. Gotta pee again. Coffee's getting to me. Be right back. Oh yeah. Do we have any fans of F1 in the chat? Any F1 guys? Did you have any previous experience with content creation / video editing before Thailand, or did you wing it once you got there? I started making some short videos with my roommate like a month or two before I was coming to Thailand. Pretty much once I decided I was coming here and I was gonna do videos, I had like got my cameras and stuff, and my old roommate in Arizona is a pretty official DJ in Scottsdale. So I would go out with him and like film just like vlog type shit during the night, just so I could kind of get a grasp on editing. So I did probably 6 or 7 of those before I got here. But besides that, not really. I had done like some random like reels and stuff like that, but I hadn't used a real like editing program at all. And you could definitely tell if you go back and watch my older videos, it's very, I think for me at least, it seems very obvious that I really didn't know what I was doing. The biggest thing you'll learn is how to film to make your editing life easier. That's the hard part when you first start out, because you have no idea how to film. You have no idea how to edit. And if you film wrong, editing becomes a fucking nightmare. And also, if you don't know how to edit well, filming becomes a lot harder. Because if you can edit well and you know how to fix stuff or restructure stuff, you can get away with a lot more sloppy filming, you know? It used to be, I would really struggle talking on camera because I didn't think about the fact that I can just cut shit out. You know what I mean? I felt like I needed to say everything perfectly the first time. And then once I like kind of figured it out, it's like, yo, if you stumble over it, just start over and then you can cut it out. You know what I mean? So there's quite a few things. And then like framing was a big one for me, like learning how to actually frame shots with the camera so they look aesthetic or engaging or whatever. The biggest thing that helped me, Gary Vee mentioned it in one of his videos. It's like all of us are consuming content nowadays. So if you want to create your own content, pay attention to the people that you like and look at what they're doing. When you're first starting out, emulation is a great way to start. You know what I mean? Look at what works, look at what other people enjoy, and do your best to emulate that. Try to add your own spin on it, but it takes time to develop your own style. It's just like learning an instrument, you know? When you're first learning how to play guitar, you're going to learn covers because that teaches you how music works. It's the same thing with filming. Siem Reap covers a large area because no high-rise condos or apartments. Nothing in Siem Reap can be taller than Angkor Wat. So like 3 or 4 stories is the tallest building there. Huh, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. It's like a law that nothing can be taller than Angkor Wat. That's pretty cool. I like cities like that where everything is kind of close to the ground. It's like one or the other. I either like it where everything's close to the ground or everything is a skyscraper. Like I know a lot of people don't like Bangkok for that reason because it's just like you can never see the sky. I love that. I feel like cyberpunk, just like this metropolis of just huge buildings. I love that. It's a law, huh? That's pretty cool. I did not know that. Learn something new every day. Guys, pro tip, something that I only learned like a week ago. In Thailand, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know about you guys, but I fucking love bread, like good quality bread. And I felt like for a long time it was a lot harder to find here, which I guess it is, but Lotus, like the big Lotus, like actual grocery store, they have a legit bakery that actually does a bunch of different types of bread, like loaves of bread. Yesterday I got a whole baguette for 27 baht. And then I got like an actual loaf of sourdough, not cut or anything, like a real loaf of bread for like 60 baht. And they're both fire, really good bread. So just a pro tip. If you're on a budget too, Lotus is great. Big C is pretty good as well, but I've found the best deals at Lotus. Like you can go, if you have like a short week on money or something, you can go to Lotus and spend like 500-600 baht and eat pretty solid for at least like 3 or 4 days. And Lotus is the only place I found that actually has pretty fair price on potatoes. When I first got to Thailand, I could not believe how expensive potatoes were. You know, in America, like you can get a 8-pound bag of potatoes for like $2. It's like 15 or 20 potatoes. It's more expensive here. Here they're like $1.50 a kilo. So 75 cents a pound, which is still cheap, but yeah, compared to the States. Gee, the one that kills me is fucking cheese, man. Like actual quality cheese here it's expensive, dude. And it's just hard to find. Some of the Japanese cyberpunk AI stuff with Cityscape is, yeah, dude, like I love that. It's like, if you ever watched Akira, the anime movie, dude, like that aesthetic, like Neo Tokyo, I fucking love that. I think that's so cool. I was super excited when that cyberpunk game came out because I thought it was gonna be Grand Theft Auto in a cyberpunk like environment. And granted, I heard it's a lot better now, but I got it like the week it came out, and I was so fucking disappointed. It was just, there wasn't a whole lot to the game. I did not get immersed in the story at all. Like the world didn't feel that like immersive. I just did not like it, dude. I guess it's a lot better now. They've updated it and stuff. I've seen some pretty crazy videos of people running it on like super high like refresh and graphic settings, and it looks insane. Damn, we got 160 subs yesterday. That's fucking awesome. If any of you guys are in the chat, new subs, what's up? I appreciate that. That's fucking sweet. Working hard on breaking the record. My best month so far, I think, was like 1,800 subs in a month. Have you checked out Kanam? It's quiet. You can get beachside bungalows for under 300 with internet included. It's only a 10-minute scooter ride to the ferry to Koh Samui. It's not well known. Kanam? I have not. Let's check it out. I see Kanam Beach. Is it Al Kanam? This looks right. Oh yeah, yep, this is it. Koh Samui is right there. I haven't been to Samui. I've only done Phi Phi, all like Monkey Island, all those islands around there, and then all the islands over on this side, Koh Samet, Koh Chang. I have not done Koh Samui yet. One of my buddies from the States came out over Christmas break, and he went. He said he really liked it. I would love to be in a place like this that's kind of like out off the beaten path. The only thing that I worry about is immigration stuff. Like, I don't want to have to like travel super far to go to immigration if I have to, you know what I mean? That's one nice thing about here is it's right down the street. Granted, now that I'm on the DTV, I don't have to do a ton of immigration stuff. I don't have to go super often, but I don't know. It just makes me kind of stress out. I don't want to be super far and have to bust a crazy mission and go there because shit always happens. I don't want to have to like drive 2.5 hours and then get there and realize I forgot something and have to go, you know, that's the kind of shit that I think about. This place does look nice though. How much the beaches change from the south to here is so crazy to me. Granted, it's kind of hard in Jomtien because so much of the beach, like they built it out. So it's like, a lot of it's like not even sand. It's like they filled out the beach with dirt. Like when the wind's blowing real bad, there's like dust clouds going down the beach. There's some nice ones a bit south of here though. Like the beaches in Rayong are nice. Even like 20 minutes south in like Bang Saray, that's a nice beach too. Or where did I go the other day? What's that beach called? With the big ass jetty and the pier and stuff. I forget. Koh Samui is Russian mob controlled. They control the transportation. That's why it's not cheap there. Rent a motorbike. Don't get caught up in expensive transportation. Yeah, I've heard Koh Samui and Phuket have both been kind of like taken over to an extent. Even in Pattaya, like most of the rental places now seem like they're all Russian owned. All the listings I see for rentals on Facebook are all Russians too. Luckily, I have my own bike, so I'd love to bust a trip down there. That'd be fun. So Vitali, that dumbass streamer that got arrested in Philippines for being a fucking retard, they just hit him with another charge. And now he's looking at 20 years. Could you imagine? The thing that not a lot of people realize either is like, he's going to have to sit in jail for a long time before he even gets to court. And they're not going to let him out of jail because he's a flight risk. If they let him out of jail, they know he's going to try to leave the country. So they're just going to keep him in jail, like in Filipino jail. And the thing about that too is like, in the sense of like prideful, you know what I mean? I think Filipinos are the same as Thai people. Like, they don't want people coming and fucking with them in their own country, which I completely agree with. But I think he's going to have trouble in jail too. The beach in Kanam is almost as... Yeah, I was just looking at it. It looks nice. I've had a bunch of people that since I've mentioned moving, like a lot of people are telling me to go to Hua Hin. Like, the beaches are nice. And I looked at the beach. It pretty much just looks like Pattaya. It looks like, I haven't been, but from what I've seen, it looks like Pattaya without Walking Street and without that whole sphere. Besides that, it looks pretty much the same. If I'm going to go somewhere new, I want a big change. You know what I mean? That's why I want to go to Bangkok. I don't get it. I understand everybody likes, you know, what they like, but when I see people post, focus. You gonna focus? No. Even without focus, like, does that look good? I don't know, man. As an American, I just don't get the beans with breakfast. I love, like, baked sweet beans, don't get me wrong. We do eat them a lot in the States, but we don't eat them for breakfast. Wahine is slightly better than Jomtien Beach, and about anything is better than... Yeah, like when it comes to actual like beach road, Pattaya Beach, no. I'm good on that. Jomtien is all right for what it is. The only thing that kills me is the sand. Like, it just doesn't feel like sand. It just feels like dirt to me. And I get it. Like, I know they wanted to build out the beach farther out because they were dealing with a lot of erosion, but there's so much sand in Thailand. Why wouldn't you just bring more sand? Maybe they did like some research and the dirt that they chose holds up better against that erosion, but you'd think they just bring in some sand. Plenty of like empty islands and stuff. Go out there, dredge up a few hundred truckloads of sand. I don't know. Granted, I'm not a fucking engineer, so I have no idea what I'm really talking about. Where the hell? There we go. Man, it's been storming here for like 2 straight days. I actually got woken up by the thunder last night. That never happens. I thought we were like fucking being bombed or something. It was crazy. What do you know about Koh Rong in Cambodia? It's like Koh Kud, maybe even better beaches. Koh Rong may have the prettiest bluest water in Southeast Asia. I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Cambodia, especially the islands. I've looked at a couple of them right there that are close to Koh Chang and Koh Kud because they're pretty much right on the border. And they did look nice. Wow, the first picture is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty far down there. It's almost to Vietnam. I thought it was closer to the border. Let's look at some pictures here. It's so hard to tell from pictures because you don't know what's edited or, you know. But these do look amazing. I bet it's super quiet too. Yeah, it does look really nice. Yeah, I'd love to do like a real Cambodia trip, but I want to do it, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it proper, you know? I don't want to just go and be on a really tight budget and not be able to do stuff, you know what I mean? I want to be able to hit the coolest spots, stay at nice places, eat good food. So I really just got to like plan accordingly and save up some money for a few months, but you know how it is. It's like I can only really plan for one trip at a time. Like right now, I'm thinking Philippines because that's the next trip. My mom will be here, so I want to make sure we have a good time, you know? And then we'll start thinking Vietnam. I think I'm going to do Vietnam before Cambodia, but still. Island has like 22 or 23 beaches, and every one of them are as beautiful as the rest. Yeah, it looks really nice. Big ass beaches. These bungalows look sick. It's kind of like what the hell is it called? What the fuck? I want to say Bermuda. It's not Bermuda. It's a big surf spot. Fiji. With all like the cool bungalows out on the water. Where in Vietnam are you thinking? I'm pretty set on Da Nang. Ideally, if I can get enough scratch together, I want to do Da Nang and I want to do the Ha Giang Loop. I want to do that motorbike trip. I think that'd be super fun. I'm not sure if my bike would be ideal for that because I mean mine's only a 125 and I'm not particularly light, so I don't really know how it would handle the mountains, and it's air cooled, so I don't really know. I know that the weather is nice in northern Vietnam. I know it gets pretty cold, so that would help, but I'll have to like actually look into it. Mostly people your age going to Koh Rong, definitely a younger crowd, some backpackers, but more of them have money. Yeah, dude, the longer I've been in Thailand, the more I've realized is I kind of chose like really the one place in Southeast Asia that doesn't have like a lot of people my age, like a lot of travelers my age coming through. Granted, in like the past year or so, I have seen a lot more younger people in Pattaya, but especially compared to like down south in Krabi, in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Pai, all those places have a much younger crowd. Granted, there's a lot of people in that crowd that I don't really jive with. Not that I give a shit about what they're doing. It's just like I don't know if we'd be on the same wave. But yeah, I don't know. It's where I want to be. Oh, 2 Nickels, what's up, bro? Yeah, I want to check out Da Nang for sure. And it seems like it's becoming really popular. I see a lot of people talking about it now, so I kind of want to go check it out before it gets like blown up, you know? When Patty Boyle did the loop, it looked terrifying. I remember specifically, I don't know if he took like a wrong turn or what, but he ended up on this, it was like a footpath. It was only like 3 feet wide, no guardrail or anything. It was just like cliffs, massive cliffs. And he was like going down it with his bike all packed, all super heavy. That looks sketchy. Granted, I'm a pretty efficient, you know what I mean? I've been riding bikes for a long time, so I'm totally comfortable. But yeah, it looks pretty sick. Even Bangkok. Yeah, that's another reason I want to go to Bangkok is because there's just a lot of people closer to my age, a lot of people there that are professionals, you know what I mean? Foreigners there working and, you know, Thais too. People that are interested in doing stuff besides partying. Like, I don't give a shit if you want to party, live your life. I've done plenty of partying in Pattaya, don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of over that now. The hangovers are too gnarly. It's not worth it to me. And just like, it feels like I'm just pissing money away. And I've been to so many parties in the States and here. And like, I've been to some fucking amazing parties, so it's got to be a really great night for me to be like, oh yeah, that was worth the $200 that I spent. And rarely does that happen anymore. And the hangovers now for me, it's not even just like I feel shitty physically, but I also feel shitty like emotionally. I feel like drained. I like get anxiety, and like it's just the 2 days after of feeling like that are just not worth the one day of partying, you know? Granted, when it comes to like chilling on the beach, you know what I mean, and have some beers on the beach, you know what I mean, or you know, going out with a girl or something like that and like doing chill, fun stuff, I'm still down to drink then. I'm just not going to go to the club or the bar, you know what I mean, and have music that I don't like fucking banging me in the head for 3 hours and paying triple price for drinks as to what they like. I'm just not into that anymore. To each their own. Whoops. All right, we got to catch up. Let's watch these highlights real quick. We're going to watch the F1 qualifying highlights. Give me 1 second. Bink, bonk, boom, pow. Boom. Holy shit, what happened? Why is this fucking so retarded? What if I go full screen? Is that better? That'll have to work. All right, I think I fixed the echo too. Why is my fucking camera so big? There we go. We gotta watch the F1 qualifying highlights real quick. I'll watch it later. It's way too laggy. Computer is fucking freaking out. Bro, stop. Stop. That's enough of that. I'm sure we are lagged the fuck out now. Computer is freaking out. So annoying, dude. Like, it's supposed to be a top of the line MacBook, and it's just like the amount of times it will just fucking lag out for no reason is so fucking annoying. Shit was like $2,500, and it can't even stream and play a YouTube video at the same time, for fuck's sake. Maybe once in a while, otherwise just need to chill past the party stage. Yeah, it's the same. Like every once in a while I get a wild hair and like I'm down to go like drink on the beach or like shit like that, or you know, go camping and get fucking blasted in the woods. That's fun to me. But it's just not I'm not really just a club or bar guy anymore. Need to upgrade the potato. Dude, it's got 8 gigs of RAM. Like, I don't understand it. 8 gigs of RAM is like nothing crazy by today's standards, but 8 gigs of RAM should be able to run some streaming software, especially because my bit rate is as low as it can be. Should be able to do that and play a YouTube video, for fuck's sake. It's not like I'm got 4 different videos going in 3 different streams, and you know, it's ridiculous. It's like every day I see somebody posting on Facebook that they got scammed from a condo. It's just like, why are you sending money to people before you see a condo? It's fucking crazy. And it's always, dude, there's been so many. There's this one lady boy that just keeps getting everybody. I've seen her, him, whatever you think about it, posted so many times and just still fucking getting people. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's what I have too. I have a M1, I'm pretty sure. And it's like, for certain stuff, it's great, but other times it's just fucking dog water. I don't understand it. It's pretty good for what I do. The only thing that's annoying about it is like they market MacBooks as like the elite like media computers. Like if you're a video editor or you do graphic design, like that's what they lean into, is like MacBook is the standard. And it's like those are all the things that crash on Macs all the time. Like when I used to edit on Premiere Pro, dude, like one out of every like 3 videos I would be in there editing and it would just fucking crash for no reason. Could be that I have 15 tabs open. Yeah, that'll do it probably. And that's what's annoying about this, is like I don't have anything else open. There's no other programs running. It's just OBS Studio, and we were trying to run YouTube with 1 tab open. That's it. And it's still like, nope. So fucking fake. The amount of people that just repost AI videos and think they're real, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? How can you not tell that's fake? The biggest one that's still really easy to tell if it's AI is anything to do with water. Like AI still cannot figure out like realistic like water movement. So it's like there was a bunch after the earthquake, people were posting like stuff from Myanmar where it was like all this bad flooding and like bridges were collapsing, and it was just like so obviously fake, and people are like, pray for I'm like, dude, like granted, yes, things are shitty and like they did have a lot of like stuff fall down and it was really bad in Myanmar, but like share the real shit. What can you do? Amazed how fast it can render video. My old 2010 takes 20. Yeah, that is one thing that's pretty nice, is mine renders pretty fast as well. It'll take maybe like 12 minutes, something like that. Depending, if there's a lot of like graphics and stuff, it takes a little bit longer. But let alone, like if you export in 1080, bro, it's so fast. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes, which is funny to me because that's pretty much all RAM. Like if you have plenty of RAM, everything will render faster. So it's okay to do that, but if you try to stream and watch a YouTube video, CPU load is just like whoop, RAM usage, whoop. It's like, how is a stream and a YouTube video, and I'm not even watching the YouTube videos at 4K, that was at 720, and it's still just like 7.95 gigs of RAM being used. Like, fucking how? Come on. Still lagging like a motherfucker. Still lagging for no fucking reason. And that's the thing that's like annoying with this program. As soon as you, Jesus, I've dropped 5,000 frames in this stream so far. That's fucked. Once it lags once, even if you close everything, it just continues to lag. I don't know if it's a heat issue or what. Suppose it could be. It doesn't feel hot. Oh yeah, it actually does feel pretty hot. I suppose that could be it. Yeah, it feels hot as fuck. All right, maybe that's it. I mean, that about works out though. All right, guys, it's about that time. I got to get my day started. I got to eat food and all that bullshit. Starting ready for tomorrow's video. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. We'll be live in a few days. I will, as always, announce it on Instagram. Or I keep forgetting to put it on the community page here on YouTube, but I will do that next time to get a bit of a heads up. I appreciate y'all popping in, chit-chatting. Perfect timing. If you do want to support future streams, I'd really appreciate it. You can do that down at the Buy Me a Coffee link down there. Buy Me a Coffee is just a little bit better because they don't take as big a percentage. If not, a like and subscribe works too, and that's totally free. Robert, I'll catch you later, brother. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next stream. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. We'll catch you later.